Jeff, you had, I think, 4 bench players or play almost 20 minutes. How important was it to get them those minutes and kind of get that bench to develop a bit more?
Well, it's something that we've actually been doing a lot of throughout the entire season. I think O might lead us, or Nyla, in minutes played at 26 or 27 on the year. So we've been getting a lot of kids a lot of minutes because I think we're that well balanced. And as I challenge them, I'm looking for that one person too who's going to be like, hey, you have to play me for 32 plus. But overall, we did some really good things today, and then we were bad at times. Our 16 turnovers, we had 10 going into the fourth quarter and turned it over 6 times in the fourth quarter, just on crazy stuff. That, some of them want to play some more, but they've got to do something with the minutes that they're getting in order to give me the confidence to put them in more.
Jeff, some of the players after the game spoke about just how good of a conference the ACC is right now. You guys play teams that aren't exactly in the upper echelon of the conference, but they've said it themselves, anybody can really catch anybody on a day in this conference. So what's it like seeing kind of, maybe like how you mentioned some of the struggles today against Wake Forest, and for them to kind of bear down and pull out a win?
Yeah, I thought we competed for all 40 minutes. It's just about playing a cleaner basketball game. Our league's as good as any league in the country. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I think you look at Duke. I think that won by, I don't know how many today. I think it was a large amount. It's a Duke team that goes on the road and I think gets beat by Stanford in overtime by 3. I mean, that just shows you how good our league is. And it's every night you've got to come prepared to play. Or you're going to have yourself a dogfight. I mean, even our game up in Pitt, you look at the final score and it's a 30-point win, and you're like, oh, it's a blowout. It's a 10-point game going into the fourth quarter. It's not like we're up 18 at half and then put it to 25 and then you win by 30. No, we came out in that fourth and played extremely well, but I think that's my concern is we need to put more minutes of those together. And then if we go on a wall, if we have struggles, we can't turn it over and give up easy baskets. I mean, we've got kids, which I've got film now, which is great to show them. I mean, the opponent shoots the ball, Wake shoots, and I got 2 kids going to rebound, and the other 3 don't even cross the 3-point line. Well, everybody's got to go rebound the ball. It's just not my job. It's all 5 players. So those are the things that we've got to clean up, because my concern is, I told him in the circle, is Thursday at Clemson is going to be a dogfight. I mean, Amanda's done a great job. That team is playing extremely hard. And what makes me think that's going to change? Like, why do I think all of a sudden on Thursday everybody's going to go and rebound the ball if you're not doing it now? It's habits, and it's bad habits we have to break. So I'm hoping we come back here on Tuesday. Tomorrow's our day off. We'll have Tuesday and Wednesday to hopefully fix some bad habits, and then come out on Thursday and at least play a cleaner game for longer.
Yeah, Jeff, you guys were up by 1 at the end of the first, pulled away in the second. What was the biggest change there? It looked like you defended better in that second quarter and closed out, caused a few turnovers.
Yeah, we did a much better job defensively in the second quarter. Then we stopped fouling them as well. We put them at the line 6 times in the first quarter. It's something you can't do. We had it up to, I think, a 7 or 8 point lead. I think it was 22-11, and I think they may have gone on an 8-0 run, and just crazy. I mean, we just throw it away. We don't pick up. We don't match up. We give kids shots that are wide open that we know are shooters. Those are the concerns that I have. If somebody makes a 3 that's not a 3-point shooter, well, then I'm fine with it. But when we tell you that's what they do, then we need to guard them. So I thought we did a much better job there in the second quarter. And then in the third, we extended the lead, and then we turned it over a couple times. They got it back up. It was at 25 with 4 seconds to go there in the third. So overall, you know, we played a pretty good basketball game. I'm not pleased at the 62 points that we gave up, especially the 21 in the fourth. But offensively, you know, we're scoring the ball, shooting it well. We just have to cut down the silly turnovers in order to give us more opportunities to score. Now, you know, one of Nyla's, is she gets an offensive rebound, and there's three people around her, and she's trying to get out of it, and ends up traveling. You know, so that's one of those, she gets the O board, but she gets the turnover. So those are the turnovers I tell people all the time. You know, if you just look at the number of turnovers, you're turning over too much. Well, then I should have told her not to get the O board. Because she wouldn't have got the O board, then she wouldn't have got the turnover. So there are turnovers that are going to happen in a game that are just, it's part of the game. They're forced turnovers. We have to eliminate the ones where we're taking the ball out of bounds and we are careless and we throw it to the wrong team. We get a rebound and they've taken it from us once, stepping back in front of us, and then we allow it to happen 2 more times. Those are the ones we have to eliminate.
Jeff, you've talked about getting Ava some more time with teams that are going to have taller post players coming up. How would you say she's developed, and what do you want to see more from her?
No, I think she's doing a great job for us, and it's going to benefit her when we start playing teams that have more so true post players. Although she does a great job for us guarding guards and wings, because she's the best we have, and the best I've coached at not swatting down. Like, she never swats down when someone drives. She stays vertical and is phenomenal at it, and then challenges people to finish over her. So she does a really good job of that. You know, but sometimes when you're playing teams with 4 guards, it's a little bit more of a challenge, because and Nyla have been playing so well. It's like, you know, I'm trying to get E on the floor with one of those two at the same time. You know, I'm excited because she's been putting a ton of time in the gym working on her shot, and she made a beautiful post move. She sits there and she knocks down her 3 again, and it's something she doesn't practice, and she did when I watched her play in Europe. So she can make the 3. Now we've just got to continue to get that confidence for her.
Almost a broken record question, but you know, as NFL playoffs are going on, and you have, you know, almost 9,000 people here, and it's a good crowd, good turnout, it looks, you know, like you wouldn't know the playoffs were happening, but
Yeah.
that's a testament, I would say.
I think, and it's not like it's a warm 62 outside. You know, so we have some fans that are getting in the car. You know, it's not like I was thrilled to come into work this morning. You know, I was like, golly, can I just stay in the bed? So it does. I mean, we have some of the best fans in the country, and I thank them after every single game, because I don't take them for granted. They have options. There's other entertainment activities that they can do. But I will say, and I'll keep saying it, we have been blessed here to have some really good teams, but we've also got wonderful players. I mean, they do an amazing job in this community. And at times, I know our fans appreciate it, but I'm not sure our community as a whole really knows what they do. You know, the amount of hours they spend out in the community is off the chart. And just, even when they go to the mall, when they go out to eat, like it happens a ton where I'm getting an email saying, oh, your 3-year players took pictures with my kids, you know, when they were at dinner. So, because they're willing to do that, that's why I think fans come back as well. And I've said it all the time. Every year I've been here, it's just as much my responsibility as well to make sure that I'm out in this community giving back as much as I can. I mean, you know, I enjoy going to speak. Now, I don't know why anybody wants to hear me, but I enjoy going out to speak, and I really just ask them, please come to the game. Come to a game. Just come out to a ball game. And as I always say, the great thing about this place, if you don't like it, have a couple beers. You know, have a mixed drink. have 3 or 4, and then the game will look great. You know? But it's true, and then they come, and then they're here. And then I've never had someone that I've convinced to finally come to a game that hasn't been to a women's game go, man, that shit was bad. You know, I've never had it. They're always like, God, I never realized how talented they were. I didn't realize how athletic they are. And that's what we're going to continue to do. Because I will say, our fans, what I love about them is when we win, they win. And when we lose, they lose. I mean, they are invested. And I think that's what makes this place so special, is I appreciate that, I understand that, and I value it. And we're gonna keep working our tail off to get more in here, to get 10 or 12,000. But again, on a 2 o'clock on a Sunday, the Wake Forest team, who I thought competed and played hard, but they're 4-13 right now, 0-5. You know, this is the amount of attendance that some schools are getting. Well, they don't even get this on their big promo game. You know, it's their promo game to pack the place, and they're getting 4,000. So this is a testament to the fans we have.
Speaking of attendance, AD was here today. How important is to have, you know, former players like them who've had success come back and sell into your current players?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's really important, and we value that, and we appreciate that. We try to keep the relationships that we have with all of our alumni. You know, and it's hard for a lot of them because right now we have several that are in Europe playing. You know, but whenever they're back, we try to get them here. We try to get them here to talk to our team, to talk to our players. Because as I tell our current players, the reason 8,900 are out here, it's not because what this group's done right now. You know, we started the year with 8,000. It's because of what the teams in the past have done. And now it's their turn to keep things going. And it's their turn to hopefully, let's see if we can't add to this. And that goes all the way back to Angel, to Dez, all of them.
Jeff, it felt like Jada had a pretty efficient game today. I realized one of those shots was that crazy one at the end of the third quarter that went in, but how do you think she played today?
I thought after I ripped her ass, I thought she played much better. She's got to figure it out. She is a kid that she spends so much time in that gym. She works on her craft. She works on her skill set. And then she'll come out there and just exist. And I told her, I said, you're not here to exist. You've got to make a difference. Give me tempo, give me energy, give me passion. And I said it very nicely. And she finally started to play like that. And that's what I keep challenging her with. She is a kid that I have gotten on her more to shoot the ball. I'm like, you know, I only got a couple shots. I go, I can't help that. You're open. If you don't shoot it, what do you want me to do? You know, and then tonight I thought she did start to attack. I thought she played well. Sure, the one shot, you know, it goes in at the end of the third quarter, but see, that's what happens when you put time in the gym and you work on your game, and then you play hard. Sometimes you get that luck, okay? Because it goes the other way too. When you're a fraud and you don't work on your game, you can try to hide it, man, but it exposes you. If you can't dribble, teams find it out and they watch and they make you go the way you can't go. And then all of a sudden you start looking real bad. You can't hide. This is one sport. It is really hard to hide. Because if you can't turn over your left shoulder in the post, everybody's gonna make you turn over that left shoulder. As we always say, the great players as the years go on, and even as the year goes on, they change a scouting report. It's my favorite line to tell them. Change a scouting report. If they've got it down that you can't shoot, change it. You know, that's the one thing I'll say about Angel McCautry. You know, her first 2 years, she wasn't a very good shooter. And then she was dead set to say, nobody's gonna tell me to not shoot. And she got in that gym, and she got herself a ton better. And that's what it's all about. Like when after that, her freshman year actually, after her freshman year, because I watched a kid play for 3 or 4 years in Baltimore when I coached at Maryland. I mean, she would shoot it and then run after it because she knew it wasn't going in. And then she'd get the rebound and score. And then when she got to college, she realized, okay, I'm playing against a lot better players, and I'm going to make them have to guard me. And that's what this game's all about if you want to be elite. You know, coaching's great, and I love to coach. I love the X's and O's part, the strategy, trying to run something, trying to figure out who I'm putting in the game. But as a player, there's nothing better than walking out on the court and a coach going, back off, she can't shoot, she can't shoot. You know, and all of a sudden you make 4. Because now I will tell you, I've had plenty that I've coached, I back off, and the best thing that ever happens is when they make that first one. Because then they keep shooting that thing. And normally it's clank, clank, clank after that. You know, so a lot of times if we're not guarding somebody and they make the first one, I'm not upset. Because I know now they think they're hot. Now, unfortunately, in the past few games, we're like, hey, she can shoot it, and we leave her open, and she makes it. It's like, no, that's not the idea right now. So it's been fun, and Jada, if she'll play with pace, play with tempo, and play with urgency, she's a really good basketball player.
Coach, I'm sure a lot of this program's success can be credited to the excellent scouts and the your biggest critics. What does Miss Lucy think of this year's squad?
Yeah, you lose. Well, we don't listen. Here's one thing. We're being filmed here, and the one thing I'll tell you about Luce is she'll tell you what she thinks, and that's probably not always a good thing. So we're gonna not let her get the mic. I might have a few players that might not be happy with what her evaluation of tonight's game. That's pretty true, right, Luce? Yeah.
Yeah. She'll save it for a car ride home.
Yeah, no, she will. That's why I will say I'm really fortunate. I've got two young daughters who, after a game, if you start asking questions, they actually watch the ball game, can break it down, and can give me an evaluation. And they're pretty on point. We're waiting to see how Big Sis did tonight at her tryouts for AAU team.
Let's know.
I know. Now you know Jess Lemley, who's now married, she's coaching. So I keep reminding her I played you some. Don't be too mad at me. I mean, I gave you some minutes. No, so we're excited, aren't we, to hear how things went. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Go Steelers tomorrow.
4:30.
That's right.
They moved that game just for you.
You know, I did
All it took
text.
was one phone call and.
I text the
That's it.
governor too. They very understanding.
One phone call and it's done.
Pretty nice.
Oh, you're good.
Thanks, Coach.